Oh my, what do we have here? It's midweek mayhem, and the reason I say that is because Kolkata take on Mumbai, and many are calling this a one-sided affair. I'll tell you why it's a one-sided affair. A lot more on this match preview with Graeme Swann. Swanny, warm welcome to you. What do you reckon about this match straight up?
Well, straight away, it screams to me, Mumbai, not won a game yet. That never happens. Yeah, they lose their first game nearly every year, but then they get on a little roll straight away. They've got such experience and such a powerful lineup. But they've been taken to the cleaners by a couple of teams this year, and that's very unlike Mumbai. Of course, Rajasthan Royals did it. But I'm expecting them to bounce back. So straight away, I'm looking at this game thinking it's a massive game for Mumbai. They win this and everything's rosy, and then they get on a roll. If they lose this, they'll start to be serious questions asked.
Yeah, one of those serious questions is going to be posed to you right now by me, which is what's ailing Mumbai Indians, Swanee? I mean, has the team not gelled yet? Are there a few key personnel missing? Tell us more.
Well, obviously Sky's missing, and that's a massive thing to have a player of his quality not in the team. But they've not quite managed to hit their straps. It always happens at the start of an IPL. There's always one team who's a bit slow out of the blocks and then picks up steam, picks up momentum, and it's usually Mumbai. So I don't think there's any question that they will pick it up, because they've still got a really class team and some class performers. But maybe one or two of the big guns just aren't quite firing on as many cylinders as they can. None of them are playing particularly badly. They're just not quite matching some of the other teams.
Having said that, any kind of chopping and changing that they could do, Riley Meredith is a name that could kind of be fit in. I mean, Basil Thumpy didn't have the best game because Josh Buttler kind of took him to the cleaners. So can they bring in another spinner, you suppose?
Yeah, they could do. I mean, it's all that dangerous thing at the start. If you make chops and changes now and the guy coming in doesn't perform as well, then you put yourself back. If you stick with the guy who was picked in the first place because he was in better form and say, look, Josh Buttler was exceptional. Let's face it. When he's in that mood, he takes anyone apart. So I'm always reticent to make changes. I don't like it when teams make sweeping changes all the time. So I'd probably stick with the same team. Yeah, Meredith could come in, but I'd be tempted to stick with the same team. So look, it's still early doors in this tournament, and we think you're our best 11. So we want you to get a win and get the confidence, and then kick on from there.
All right, so let's see how that really pans out for Mumbai, because look, even Devol Rivers is in the camp in terms of the baby AB. But KKR, they haven't had any success in this fixture. I mean, the numbers paint a good picture. We'll put that up right now. Just 7 wins out of 29. And that goes to show that it is a one-sided affair, the worst in IPL history. Now, what's going through Baz McCullum's head prior to this one? Will he make some tactical changes, you feel, Swanee?
I don't know. You know what? It is like a bogey team for KKR. We call it that in England, a bogey team, a team you never do well against. But it's so different this year because it's just after the super auction and they're almost brand new teams. Yeah, the main personnel still there, the big guns, but there's so many other chops and changes that those past results really do mean nothing. So I don't think Baz is the sort of person who'll look at historical events and go, well, we better do this because 3 years ago they did this, they did that. I think Baz will look at this going, what a great time to play Mumbai. Their confidence is low, they're not winning games. And I wouldn't be surprised if KKR hit this game in the same manner that Rajasthan did. They'll look to be, if they do bat, really, really aggressive and get after the Mumbai bowlers, put them on the back foot, because that served Rajasthan really well.
Indeed. Now, let's of course talk about a few matchups, because there are two really riveting ones in the fact that Rohit Sharma could come up with Sunil Narine, and then there's of course Andy Russell against Jasprit Bumrah. Which one of these could dictate the match more, you feel?
I think you've got to say the Bumrah and Andre Russell one, because, you know, Jasprit will be bowling at the death. He didn't start the tournament in brilliant nick, but he bowled brilliantly in the second game. I thought he did really well. He was the one standout bowler. So he is always going to be a massive bowler. And Andre Russell, you know, there's going to be some short stuff. There's going to be the Yorkers thrown in. But if he misses that hole slightly, the muscle Russell's going to pongo him everywhere. So I always look forward whenever Andre Russell's playing, I always look forward to seeing him bat and hope he's batting in the last 5 or 6 overs. Because, you know, if you miss your slot even slightly, he hits it miles. And it's always good value to watch.
Right, lastly, a word on Umesh Yadav, who's kind of slipped under the radar, but still picking up wickets for fun, especially in the power play. Now, has he kind of found his mojo back? Because KKR were always going to be scratching their head about that particular phase of the game, the first 6, but they found Umesh Yadav to deliver for them.
It's like the rebirth, isn't it? He's back,
Yeah.
back to his brilliant best from a few years ago. I think it's great to see, actually, because he's been very quiet for a couple of years. And, you know, and when you looked at the team before the IPL started, KKR, you think, oh, that might be a weakness, actually, with that new ball. But he's blown that out of the water and he's bowled brilliantly. So it's great to see the old fellas coming back and doing well. He's not even that old, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Right, finally, if you're a betting man, who would you put your tenner on, so to speak, in terms of the British language? KKR or MI then?
Well, I'm getting everything right so far, so I'm going to go KKR.
Right, bold prediction from you there, Graeme Swann. We'll see if you can get this one right as well. And viewers, let us know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with Graeme Swann. It's a goodbye from me, Avni Shetty. We'll catch you in the post-match scheme of things.